Whoa, hey there! Just want to let you know that this video was sponsored by Squarespace.com. Whether you need an online store, whether you need a website or domain name, Squarespace has got you covered.
Supreme victory!
What's going on, everyone? Today's video is gonna be a little bit different. I asked you lovely people to ask me some questions, and I said I would call this Ask a Black Guy. And this was when I realized that, oh yeah, Paul Mooney did something similar on the Chappelle Show called Ask a Black Dude. I completely forgot about it until some of you lovely people let me know. But this should be fun, and it's gonna be pretty crazy because I was surprised at how many questions that were left, over 530. And what really tripped me out is that most of them were decent. I thought it was gonna be like 90% hot garbage, and then like just a little bit of, maybe some of them would be pretty good, but a lot of you put out some good stuff out there. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Ew, it kind of sounded like Philip DeFranco there. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. First question comes from one of my favorite creators, Justin Wang. Are Italians black? What about Greeks? I'm sorry, am I just a normie and I'm missing the meme here? Is something that's been going on that I'm just totally unaware of? Or, yeah, what's going on here, man? Beyond Fair asks, when did you get into drums? I don't know, I was probably like 15 or something like that, and it was just because the drummer of my first band, he quit, and then so the bassist went to guitar, and then since I was playing guitar, I just went to the drums, and we just switched it up like that, and then I just started playing, and then it's history, man. It's history. Awkward Silence asked, why did I actually think your last name was Blackman until last week? I love this. Every once in a while I get a comment that says something like, is your last name really Blackman? Or or they'll find out that it really isn't because they search me up or whatever. But yeah, it's not Blackman. I just chose Blackman because I like that last name, especially because of the pro wrestler Steve Blackman. That guy was cool. Vados, I think that's how you say the name, asked, what's your social security number? It's funny you ask that, man, because I accidentally left my social security card in your mom's bedroom. This lonely dude asked, why am I single? I don't know, man. You seem like a strapping young lad and you have a very nice shirt on. I'm not sure. The ladies should be absolutely flocking to you. Let me tell you something. I'll tell you what. Ladies love surprises, so why don't you hide behind a bush, say around 9 p.m. at night. Dante Hinson asked, what does the scouter say about your power level?
It says to say your prayers and always eat your vitamins, brother.
Linus Nakumba. Now that's a strong name. He asked, when did you first notice your blackness? Now I first thought this was a meme, but then I looked and like, oh yeah, this guy's legitimately African. And he's a black dude probably asking a legitimate question, and something that actually made me think about something to when I was in middle school. Because when I was growing up in elementary school, didn't really think about anything like that at all. Like most kids never think about stuff like that. And then as I got older and then I started meeting some other black folk, and I remember this one guy, Corey, that would, throw shade at me because, oh, I wasn't like him. I wasn't into the same stuff as him. Even though I was to a certain extent, I just didn't show it by wearing all this stuff that he would be wearing. And then that's when it made me start to think about things on an identity level. And I never liked that, even to this day. I think it's silly. I just like to identify with people that are chill. Brian Park asked, how's that dating life going? Oof. So I guess by default you could say it's not going too well, but it's not the end of the world. But at the same time, I do recognize my age, and I got my friends that are starting to settle down and have kids, and they're getting married and all this stuff, and I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe I should start taking things more seriously, and hopefully the next girl that I meet doesn't spring a bunch of demons on me, and then I'm like, seriously, ladies, if you're crazy, don't slide into my DMs. That is not reverse psychology. Big Boy Baleb asked, do you think there is any kind of racism in metal music today? If there is any, it's probably less than 1%. It's probably like in the deep dark corners of the metal community that just have these bands that are just overtly racist, and then racist people will flock to that because it sounds cool or whatever, and they believe in that stuff, and they're all crazy and they're all dysfunctional, but it's all about the music, and everybody in the community is pretty chill for the most part. I've never had any issues. Everybody thinks it's pretty chill and like, oh, there's a black guy that's into metal. I think more people should listen to metal, so it's cool when they see something different like that. It's been chill. So I mean, if there is any, I mean, there's probably a lot of racism in like every single genre, but you have to really search really thoroughly to find it. Hit Monkey asks, what if any boss fight is your favorite? Why? Any close seconds? So the first thing that popped in my head as far as boss fights go, and that is my favorite, has to be from God of War 3. the opening scene when you're fighting Poseidon. It's one of the most beautiful, and it's just a breathtaking moment. I remember the first time I played it, I was at my friend's house and my jaw was open the whole time. I'm never usually in awe when I play games like that, and I was just like, this is so gorgeous. This is so just, this is amazing, well done. And if I have to do a close second, it's probably a complete opposite as far as like huge and a big deal and like, you know, epic and stuff. But I have to say, Gwen, when you're fighting the Lord of Cinder in Dark Souls, just the feel and the music is just, it just pulls at my heartstrings each time. And when you get to know the lore, it just really gets to you even more. Andrea asks, ROSCOE'S or Popeyes? Popeyes. I mean, ROSCOE'S is just like way too expensive. Like seriously, if you want to get like a breast and like a waffle, it's gonna run you like 11, 12 bucks. When you just, you know, tastes good, it's pretty cheap. I would definitely take Popeyes over ROSCOE'S. Gifted Kid Burnout asks, would you be on board if they did a reboot of Back to the Future except they called it Black to the Future? And it's a comedy and Kevin Hart plays Marty McFly? I don't really like Kevin Hart, but I do accept him in that role as Marty McFly. And I would be down for that because I love blaxploitation films. As a matter of fact, I just saw somebody mention Black Dynamite today in my Discord, and I'm like, I love that movie so much. Ray asked, okay, I know you're a Mortal Kombat fan, so who's your favorite character from that series? I'm curious. Scorpion, hands down. I absolutely fell in love with him in the 1995 film where Scorpion fought Johnny Cage. And his combos in Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 or Mortal Kombat Trilogy sealed the deal, especially with that winning pose. You could see me just using that quite a bit. Like if you look at my Instagram account where I do fitness and I neglect the account completely, I have it right there. Of course, I found a Scorpion at a convention. I'm like, yo, we gotta do this. Scorpion, man. Samuel asks, why do zombies ignore sounds made by other zombies? It always drove me nuts that zombies can differentiate the sounds, right? They'll hear some people and it's like, oh, what? There's people over there? Meanwhile, there's zombies all over the place making all this ruckus and then they just know to ignore them. Like they just pick up the different patterns. They're like animals with their secret codes and they know exactly how certain sounds are. Like they're just mindless zombies. What is this? Like, what is this? Original asked, what is your opinion on Nickelback?
Never made it as a wise man. Couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing. Something. And this is how you remind me.
Hippolyte Issei, I guess, asked, Star Wars 1, 2, he put 2 again, but I think he meant 3, either that or he wanted me to really answer 2. 7 or 8, which is worse? This one's interesting because I want to say Phantom Menace, you know, because little Anakin was horrible, like just annoyed everybody. Obviously Jar Jar Binks, the whole laundry list of issues. But I gotta say that The Last Jedi really took the cake because Rian Johnson really went out of his way to make sure there was a lot of turmoil and make sure it was a movie for him and not for the audience. Gunther Ken asked, how often do girls hit you up just because you're black? Dude, that's the very reason why I don't like dating apps, because when I go on there, there's just a lot of girls that are just like, oh, look at this black guy. I want to see what's up with him. And I'm like, yo, we're not going to be chill and compatible just because you like black men. It doesn't work that way. But a lot of times the girls that try to match with me or whatever, I know I'm not into them. Their nails are like this long, and I'm talking about any girl. It could be white, Asian, black, it doesn't matter. You can just tell that I'm like, yo, we're not gonna get along. Like, we can hang out, we can be chill, we can be civil, we can have a good time together, but as far as like dating and stuff, it's not gonna work. So ladies, if you like pro wrestling or video games or whatever the hell else I'm into, slide in them DMs.
You trying to slide in the DMs? You trying to slide?
Pardon?
And here's the last question for episode 1. Connor Howell asked, why did you make your name Some Black Guy? It sounded weird to say Bunty and Chris were hanging out with some black guy at Comic-Con. You mean VidCon. Unless you were at Comic-Con and you said that it was weird that we were hanging out while you were at Comic-Con, but no, we were hanging out at VidCon, if that's what you meant. Pettiness aside, this is a name that I've used for quite a while, since I was like 16 years old in the MySpace days, where I would put that as my name, and then people got a little chuckle out of it, and every once in a while I've done things, like I was a part of a podcast in 2013, and then we all had aliases, and some black guy was my alias. And then when I started this new channel, I was like, some black guy, that's what I usually use, I'm just gonna use that, and it really caught on, you know? It's not anything serious. Sometimes I get people saying, oh, you're not all about identity politics, but why do you call yourself some black guy? And I'm like, it's just a meme, dude. Like, it was a meme before I knew what a meme was. But hey guys, seriously, have you checked out Squarespace yet? If you haven't, you got to, man. Like I said, it's an all-in-one website. You can get everything done. I know a lot of you want a website, so you go over there. You can set it up. They already got templates there, so you can customize this stuff. Maybe you already have a domain name saved because you just wanted to buy one. You can transfer it over there and then do your thing on there. You can just start from scratch and just have a new one. You gotta claim one. It's always fun to have your own website, get that done. And a lot of you guys are creators, so you can get on that online merch store thing. You gotta have a merch store. That's how you get the sales, man. Big boy stuff right there. So if you guys are interested, you can go on there, browse, see what's up. You can have a trial, and then if you want to make your first purchase, you can go to squarespace.com/someblackguy, and you'll get 10% off the first purchase. You can't beat that, man. You can't beat that. But that's it for this first episode, guys. I'm gonna do some more. I'll probably do like once a month, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. Have a good one. Bye.